Okay, hello. For people who have been experiencing eating disorders in any of their various forms, I'm going to be sharing some of my self-support with you and how I'm dealing with my, probably, what do I have technically? If you look at it technically, I have experienced compulsive eating / binge eating. I like the word compulsive eating better because it doesn't sound, I haven't attached quite as much judgment as the word binge is, like, very judgmental. So, but both of those, it's the same package. Compulsive eating / binge eating with, some smatterings of anorexia scattered throughout the last couple of years that I've watched this and allowed this and helped this to develop by not stopping self-judgment. That's like the #1 thing that contributes to my eating disorder. Not about food, not about anything else. Self-judgment is like the #1 point. So that and body dysmorphic disorder. There's probably going to be another technical term for fearing to not be healthy, not fearing to eat certain kinds of foods that are currently deemed to be unhealthy, whatever the fuck that means. So I probably have had that too when it comes out. This is what I'm doing. Like last night, for example, I'm not taking responsibility for the fact that it's kind of uncomfortable kneeling, so I'm getting on the chair. I'm not taking responsibility for the fact that I have to eat. So like when I think to myself, like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna have to get up and I'll probably need food before, it's like 11:30 now and I haven't eaten since like last night, except for like, little pieces of crap that I've dug out of the refrigerator. Just like coming down here because I'm hungry, but I don't want to actually like make myself food to eat like a little bit, and I'll just eat like a little bit of crap all day and then feel like crappy and then skip eating for the next 12 hours because I don't feel good about myself for eating. I physically don't feel good because I've just eaten like whatever small pieces of eatable crap I pulled out of the fridge, not like actual food, but just like if we have like candy or stuff that I've found. Okay, I'm not going to bring up my dumpster, that's irrelevant here, but just stuff in the fridge that you can grab and put in your face immediately, and it's not like having to actually put any kind of effort into it and not have to actually direct the situation, but just, alright, done, move on. That kind of just like getting it over with, and then, yes, that's also still not me directing this problem. So when I go into my mind and I'm like, okay, I need food tomorrow, how is that going to happen? I don't have a job or a car right now, so how am I going to get food means what do I have to do to make sure that I have the kinds of foods that I want to eat for breakfast tomorrow. And a way to not solve that is to do what I do and be like, oh, I'll tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to get up tomorrow and then eat a bunch of fucking candy, because if you eat a bunch of fucking candy, then that makes you a greedy fuck and I hate you. And that's the end of it. That's the end of it, and I'm like, oh, I don't like how this sounds, and then I push that away and go fucking distract myself with whatever the fuck else I do with my life, and then the next day comes around and I haven't taken care of it, and so there's just like, there's nothing here for me. I have to go back to that point, and it seems like I'm trying to eat, but what I'm really trying to do is deal with that self-judgment. So that stops, and I'm going to, from now on, actually like give myself the courtesy and the respect and develop that self-trust so that I can say, yes, I know how to feed myself and I can trust that I'm responsible, that I can put food in my body and continue with my life, and then food doesn't have to be this central point of my life. So like today, I have not eaten for a while, I didn't really eat anything for breakfast, so now I have to eat and there's not really any food for me. There's like nothing, there's just like a bunch of stuff that I previously would not have considered eating unless I was planning to throw it up later. Oh, also bulimia. Fit that one in there too. Throw it up later, take a bunch of enemas the next day, or eat a bunch of like laxative pills, or some crazy stuff like that. Unless I was planning on doing something like that, then these foods I would not touch because I'm afraid of the consequences. But since I haven't taken care of my body, and this is the food that's here, it's just a practical way for me to demonstrate to myself that yes, I can deal with the reality that I am in right now. So what I'm going to be doing is eating this. This has been in the freezer for months. I mean, who knows how long, and it's still kind of frozen. Well, it's kind of thawed out since it's been sitting here. So, oh no, there's some frozen chunks. So I'm going to go ahead and take this frozen thing, and I'm going to put it back in the microwave. I didn't look at the ingredients label, not in the slightest. I just took it out. I'm going to eat it. And I know I have to trust myself because I know, yes, they're kind of cold. If I don't take responsibility, I'm going to continue to feed myself what's available so that food is not I'm not in between this cycle of not eating and then eating and then not eating appropriately in a responsible way. So I'm going to just eat this, and I know that if I don't take responsibility, that I'm going to do this again tomorrow. And if I keep eating shit like this, it's going to make me really sick. So I have to I'm going to eat it now because this is what's here. But then I'm going to go out of my way tonight and be like, okay, I want bananas for breakfast tomorrow. Mom, can I get some bananas? Will you give me the car? Or if not that, then I'll just have to fucking walk to the store, which is like a few miles, but I'll do it because that's the point. Is to make sure that I'm taking care of me and going out of my way to make sure that I can prove to myself that I'm able to trust me.